Out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now. I'm too, on one day on my third, I was too broke, now I'm too rich, made 100K on my third shift, I'm a boy, so, boy, and I'm a gangster, and you a, boy, man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now. Need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now. Yo, I'm too up, round blew up, copped that new rape on them haters, threw up, brother went to jail for them, told me you up, first time I seen 100 bands, yeah I grew up. Ooh, on the couches with my shoe up. And we was getting that record label money before they knew us. And we were blowing your budget in the club to boof up. If your dog fall in your ball hog and get your whole crew up. Ooh, I'm with right now, I got you. Right now, nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Right now. First I pull up, hop out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear.
like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the no the leader. Getting out while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros.
Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, Mayday. Bubbles and these models it's
Robert Kimdichie. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
We got three, fellas. Behind!
To throw, Rivers. Caught left side, Williams. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's it. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
The Charger offense making their way back out there. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
From midfield now, here's Rosen. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? It's like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Jamar Taylor will be credited with a tackle.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Rivers, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. Sturgis for the extra point, and this is now a one-point game. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. Could be four-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They're going on fourth down. Rosen to the right side here, the tight end Thomas. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. So Rivers will lead the Chargers out 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss last week. You thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there, another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described, and I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball, and that's what he's doing really, really well, and he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Denzel Perryman in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun!
Rosen off the play action. Going for the deep ball. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Rivers now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now Rivers. Dancing to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Robert Kimdichie in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they take the lead here by 2, 12-10.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Underneath for Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
380. Behind.
From the gun, Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Second down, Rivers. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
He'll get it up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they... And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Julius Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are in for 6. And his kick is good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Going deep for Benjamin. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now. as he'll punt it away for the second time. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, here's Rosa. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Denzel Perryman in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Cardinals on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Play action here with Rosen. They've got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard!
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Going deep for Hopkins. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! Gone, gone!
2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Charger TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Do you do this often? Do we get people? You're my first one, actually.
Whatever he's planning now.
This will be 3rd and 19. play of the half here. It's Rosen. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Leopard! Gone!
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Rosen. Caught right side, Gresham. And they can't bring him down. A gain of 32 that time.
About those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody has that ability, they want them on their team.
Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. He's dropped just inside.
Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I dine. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get fuck you with too groovy you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my...
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, Mike's right. Go Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, all right. Hey, go Roger.
Here's Royce Freeman, the first carry for the rookie. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's go, let's go.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
From the gun, here's Keenum. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the return will stop right around the 25. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Now the rookie from Iowa, it's Akram Wadley, able to power through. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Lucky 56. Hey, we got 3 down. Gun.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try the air now. Here's Rudolph. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Elliott now to kick this one away. On the return, it's McKenzie. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Hey, on.
Check 13.
Hey, go, Roger. Hey, on. Hey, 52, here we go. Say hi.
Let's go.
Hey, go, Roger.
On 2nd down, Collins. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. On play action, now Keenum. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Detroit! 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 Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
Now Rudolph on first down. Steps away to his left. And some room to roam now. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Set! Blue, landed! Back down! Blue, landed! Gun! Gun! Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Shaquille Barrett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. Letting one fly deep, and the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Here we go. Hey, go, Roger. Jam, jam. What's the motion? What's the motion? Hey, jam, jam, jam.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second down is Keenum, eluding the pressure right. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
We got 4. We got 4.
On 53.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. Oh,
22. Hey, orange.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Let's go, let's go. On 53. Hey, orange. Orange.
check back.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Mary left.
Watch tight end, tight end's right.
On play action, it's Keenum. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. They went right back to him there, figuring one big play deserves another. You think maybe he called for it and said, hey, give me the ball again?
I think a lot of people operate under the whole idea of if they haven't stopped it, go until they do. You go right back at a guy because maybe his confidence might not be as high. In this case, he responded well.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
All right, we're good. Jam. 52, 57's down.
36.
They'll fake the give. Now Keenum. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, go, Roger.
Throwing again is Keenum. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Party, gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 54, right there, 54 mic.
On 1st and 10, Rudolph escaping the pressure right. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56. Gun! Here we go now. 3-19.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. Flushed out right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now Collins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Alex Collins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football. Game. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. On the return, it's Washington. Now a hit and a loose football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 24. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. Rudolph throwing on second down. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And Elliott puts this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
The drive starts with a run by Collins, and he stopped immediately there. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
But, has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
They'll run the counter with Collins. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Jam! 4 down. 22. Hey, go, 22.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Keenum. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now a first down throw. Keenum. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off, okay? So they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Keenum now on second down. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To the air again, Keenum. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hey, yo, it's yo, it's yo. Round to that hot.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here goes hot.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here's Collins. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, 52. Get hot. We're good. Hey, go, Roger.
Now the pitch to Freeman. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Denver right after this. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, it's Washington. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Rudolph on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Derek Wolfe. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on third down, it's Rudolph. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, a 22.
Gun!
On first down, Rudolph. Throw left side, complete. It's Andrews. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Detroit!
Check back 21, check back 21.
Someone moved, flag is out, that's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Gun!
Rudolph going to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
And the Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Gun.
Back to the air. Rudolph shrugs him off. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to throw deep. And this is caught inside the 5. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They come out here in the I.
Hey, check. 3 down. Motion.
Gun.
Again, it's Rudolph. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Amari Cooper, as the first half is winding down, and the Steelers are going to take the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Elliott now to kick this one away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Hot! Hey, 52. Get hot. We're good. Hot.
They run with Collins. He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 40. the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Alex Collins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker now to add the point after. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And now out come the Steelers. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Leopard! Gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. On the return, it's Wendell Smallwood. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On first down, it's Rudolph. And Cooper able to work his way open. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line.
82 is mine. I got 82. 82 is mine. Motion, motion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Here's Rudolph now on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
Crash. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Leopard! Detroit!
Hey. We got 3 down. 3 down.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. He's got his man on the crossing route. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. In for the score. And the Steelers are going to take the lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Have 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Jam. Hey, orange.
They fake the handoff. Now Keenum. Looking deep for Demarius. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, orange. Hey, all right. Get hot.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Hey, go, Roger. 52, here we go. Okay.
To throw is Keenum. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Hey, go, Roger. Hey, 50.
On third and long, it's Keenum. Being chased out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Marquette King now, as he's on to punt for Denver. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now they'll run it on the taunt. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Gun! 3 down! Over!
On second down, here's Rudolph. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it. Detroit, Detroit.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Gun, 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 gun. Gun, 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 gun. Detroit, Detroit. Detroit, Detroit. Gun, 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 gun.
Rudolph looking to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Blitz, blitz, blitz. Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
You got three down, three down.
Hey, if you kill it, motion me out.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rudolph now to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Alert, alert. 3 down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, 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 gun. Hot, hot.
Back to throw, Rudolph. Throw left side complete. It's Andrews. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot, hot.
Here's Rudolph. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Hey, 52.
Check, crunch.
4 down, 52.
Crunch.
Hey, go, Roger.
The drive starts with Devontae Booker. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Hey, let's go, let's go.
Single. I got a single in the slot. Single in the slot.
Here we go, boys.
Now Keenum throwing on second. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Javon Hargrave. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Broncos on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, takes 53 to 55.
Play action. It's Keenum. He's going deep for Brown. And he can't tap it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Welcome back now to Denver, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit!
On the carry, it's Wadley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Hey, check. 3 down.
From the gun, here's Rudolph finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a gain of 5, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard. All day. Woo! Let's get it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Gun!
Now Rudolph. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19!
Rudolph throwing on 2nd down. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Green 39.
Here's Rudolph. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Leopard! Leopard!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
On the run, Darkwa. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Four down, 52.
On 1st down, Keenum. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Gun Brown, 79 yards. And the Broncos draw a bit closer.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Tucker with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Right now, clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. The 40, the 30, past the 20. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Able to stay in bounds to the... Clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Motion.
Now it's Rudolph. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
The Steelers going for 2. If you peek back to 2017, they were 2 for 4 on 2-point conversions. Rudolph looking to throw. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Elliott now to kick this one away. On the return, it's McKenzie. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drives, exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. He's got a man complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. And give him a gain of 37. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Let's go, let's go. On 53. Let's go, let's go. 3 down, 3 down. Roger.
On 1st down, Keenum. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They will throw it here with Rudolph. Going top shelf for Smith. Shoot. And got his man complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Here we go.
They run again with Wadley. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Leopard!
We got three, fellas, we got 3.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
Last stop.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the major.
We gotta figure out a way to get inside his head.
There's a woman in a refugee camp who claims she's his wife.
Get my son back. Promise me.
I'm gonna do everything I can to get him back, but I need your help.
Don't put the blame on me.
Let's go get it. I formation. 28 sweeps. Blue 14. Watch left. Hup, hup, hup.
We to the man, Atlanta head cop to the left, turn to the back. Try to see we weren't having that. Sit with your ad, drop it out with Alabama ad. That would get for trying to battle rap. Head, be one and done. No drive, but we running. Walk up to you while you showing us stun till you up that jury and money. Playing game, thinking showing up funny till my young win for me. Yeah. For the love of the bankroll, keep it been to you. Don't nobody care about it. Don't nobody wanna hear about it. You got a problem, huh? Well, it's the same thing for everybody. I ain't gonna lie. I promise that a day go by. I ain't on the grind if I ain't on fire. For one thing I want that it can't go by. Trying to put seat wheels on the Range Rover. I ain't finna play no game that what you know. So if you think at the top till I move over. Modern day Tupac in a new hover. You know that now come with us and down. We dodge a steady ducking clown. We chase a meal so we can put that down. Top where we run the town. But with millions in with no cap and gown. We're all in what happened now. Metal throne, concrete crown. Call that line, you getting beat. Real boy veteran. Boy academy. He still remember me when they were sick and needed their medicine. Better watch it, partner, you from around here thinking sweet, you got the wrong idea. Get left out there, tell them so what? I kept trap music all black. Still, I'm that stupid. Still down to do it if you ask stupid. Get locked up and get back to it, yeah. Trap music all black. Get locked up and get back to it, yeah.
Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booger bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even me that I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' is shaking. Y'all is a lazy, my posse dipping, I raiding. We act the fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bacon. Put the bread on me, bet on my bacon. Big it flat in the bacon. I might just right back to my cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just eating everything? All that talking is great, but we talking, I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke away longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, look at the cash, look at the cash bubbling. Look at the cash bubbling. All the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all or nothing. Don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can. Yeah, in the limit. As like a shuffle, hit the cadence on my young. Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, about the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That you say you did, I'ma stand up. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, Lord, not me. I can never be the one you wanna stuff for. Money, that machine. Fair Gamma Stove. RIP the times that I was broke. After life in 9/11 folks. Matte Black, liquor clean. Dead places in and I'm cooking up canard.
Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down.
Ohio! Let's go!
Second down, Brissett. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38!
From the gun, here's Brissett. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
An early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said it was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. They find some open field here. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Prescott now on 2nd down. A dump off to Elliott. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. They'll turn to the power game and Olawale. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a 1st down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And some room to work. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because that's so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Prescott from the gun on third. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hay, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get, and then the players and the feel better about themselves, no shot at the playoffs. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90. Flex round. Flex round. Hey.
Brissett now on second down. Flushed out right. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
But we didn't ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Like to it from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Gun, Brissett. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
That first quarter on third downs to start this thing. Here's Austin. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
46. Gun. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there.
Do you do this often to get people? You're my first one, actually.
Whatever he's planning now.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And no move to get the offense up, and 4th and 1.
Here we go, 46. 26. Here we go, 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy footballer number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Second down, Prescott. They'll set up this down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. The Cowboys will turn it over now to Dan Bailey for the field goal try. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big.
Washington is Ezekiel. It twice, they punted twice, not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away, twirling over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So for the pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They get here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
That was second down run for Murray. And the hole closes quickly.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, pick the run, and shut them down.
Here we go! Red 38! Red 38!
Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now Austin. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. If I don't, last time, and they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you, Toby. Totally. No one goes out in certain situations trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Here we go. 180. Switch. Switch and 8. Here we go. 46. 46. Here we go. 46.
Prescott from the gun. That is incomplete.
It's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get, because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go. 47. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got it. There's nothing available there for him.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good. Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace on top of the game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Come on, let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
Here's Murray. They run it to start the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let's go! White 90! White 90!
Here's Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarter, be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will add on.
Do you do this often? To get people? You're my first one, actually.
Whatever he's planning now.
Empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself, and you turn it over. It changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because...
Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They went after that one and took it all the way.
Bailey got the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Will be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. A look. As they come onto the field, and they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play the war. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession. No.
Give him a couple on the...
A whole lot of room there, but there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now it's the backup Smith. Complete. Richardson has it. And able to little gain. The reception good for 7. It's third down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. The Redskins on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
They'll run here. It's Murray. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 10. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up down.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 26, 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Airing it out for Hearns. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Sure, that pass is a attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Preston Smith in there to get line, and that'll lead to 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. Now come the Reds. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives.
Just pitching his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. Wiggles free. Oh, what a juke into space. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, so being bottled up throughout the day, finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Now, me should have been intercepted. First, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right
here. Still third quarter, but you're on the brink. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They go to Elliott again. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go, 47. Back out over here. 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met Quinn the belted like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Here we go, 46.
Here's Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop, a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They go with Murray again. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st down, Smith. He'll be hit. He releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line.
The individual could be a high-level target.
I can't go to Yemen. I'm an analyst.
Get on the plane.
There's something different about his agenda.
Don't put the blame on me.
To account for now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take
Catch
away
the
all
ball.
the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
They'll start the drive with Elliott.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On 2nd down, Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. They'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, it's Newton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And give him a gain of 37. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 23. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here we go. Set. 180.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. Newton finding Funchess for the Panther 1st down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up and making sure it was a catch.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Gano the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Gano out to kick this one away. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get into that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he finds Penny. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Running left, it's Penny. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Penny. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set. 20.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And they'll run it here. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw on second down is Newton. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that takes us from second to third down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he's got Miller. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now Newton on first down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Nazir Jones breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Out of the gun, Newton looking for the out route, and he's got more. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
The Panthers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And that last penalty makes this third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5.
Do some.
From the gun, here's Newton. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Newton able. Here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Gano's kick is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton, Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Janikowski adds the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. To throw on second down. Newton. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Come on now.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Set. Hey. Gun.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton. And that is incomplete here. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off play action. Newton on the move to his left. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. On second down, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to go deep down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 47 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Again, it's Penny. Down to about the 22 here. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Ed Dixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Janikowski good with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Out to kick is Janikowski. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second down. Newton flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Newton. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Newton on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Janikowski now for the point after. Janikowski adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. The former first-rounder, Barkevious Mingo. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing is Newton. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And out now out come the Seahawks. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Now they'll run it again with Penny. And a loose football. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Defensively, the tackle by Cam Chancellor.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
20.
Newton on third down. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. The Panthers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Newton flushed out right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bird. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Newton to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, You often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. The Panthers on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Newton. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn. You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check 50.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Now Wilson to throw on 2nd down. Dumps that off to Penny, his running back. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Hey, over here. Gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The pitch goes to Penny. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Do something.
Operating from the gun. Newton caught left side by Funchess. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Defending an out route is awfully difficult because the best receivers try and sell an inside move before they break to the out, and you have to respect that as a defensive guy because if you let them, what they say, cross your face or get across you in the middle of the field, usually you're beating on a route, and that's an easier throw for the quarterback. So you ordinarily take a step over to make sure you seal that off. In this case, he was able to not only do that, but react back to the sideline and bat the ball down.
20.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. Now a desperation throw, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Byron Maxwell, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Let's go get it, baby. Let's go. Three down. Try it. 280. I got one.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Seahawks, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
A football stadium? Made of Old Spice foam? Where 24 people compete against each other? Live? On the internet?
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let it. 12.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep, and that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 39 that time.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
On first down, Breeze. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Tech McKinley in there to get him for a loss of 5. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
11.
Now Breeze looking long for Thomas. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
We got 3. 12.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Flush to his right. And going deep for Hill. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down. Throw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Tuesday.
Back now here live in New Orleans. On 2nd down, Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Hey, let's go. Tuesday.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Let's go. 22.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On 3rd down, Ryan uncorks one for Davis. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone. for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Kill! Sammy!
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Breeze now on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. From midfield, here's Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Tuesday.
On 1st down, Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now the pitch to Freeman. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And the Saints signal for another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. It's Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Bree's going to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go.
Now Breeze lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. A big gain of 39 on third.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it, and he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Falcons, they move back over.
Okay, I'm back to school. This is open campus. This is, I should slap it open-handed. Of life, I told her model she need lower standards. Asked her if she had a twin. I feel like Joey Tanner. Big spender, Chris Jenner.